Bardella, former spokesperson for the House Oversight Committee, also an NBC News Think contributor, and Joel Payne, Democratic strategist and former Senate leadership aide, and Juana Summers, AP national political reporter. Thank you guys for being here. Kurt, let's start with you. So you have 12 candidates who have reached the DNC's threshold for qualifying for the debate. You see them right there. They meet both thresholds, including Andrew Yang, as you see there. The others who meet one of the threshold there. What's the most important thing for them to do right now on the campaign trail as they head into the debates?
Well, I think that for a lot of these candidates who aren't in that upper tier, Candace, what they need to focus on is making the case to these voters that they deserve a spot on the debate stage. That's going to be their best opportunity to kind of break through this log jam of, 20, 21, 23 candidates who are running. They need to be on that stage because that gives them the opportunity to have that launching pad, to have that moment that will allow them to maybe gain some traction. If they're not on the debate stage, there's no chance that they're going to win. They need that exposure so desperately. So the case they need to be making is not that they necessarily need to get your vote right now, but they certainly deserve a donation. They something that will help them make that threshold so they can appear on stage with their colleagues.
So, and in the meantime, Kurt, how much do you think President Trump will be featured in the candidates' debate? You heard Ali saying that beat Trump is a top issue right there. So when it comes to the debate, will people be saying Trump, Trump, Trump?
Well, I think that you're going to see kind of a mix of that because it really depends, Candace, on where you are right now in this debate, in the polls, in the standings of this contest. If you're Joe Biden, you're making the case that it should be you versus Trump, that you are most equipped to defeat Donald Trump, you're most equipped to stand up to him, that you are the best opponent for him. Trump certainly helps that case by tweeting about Joe Biden all the time. So I expect Biden to talk more about Donald Trump because he's the front runner. He doesn't want to give airtime and oxygen to his other opponents. When you look at other people who are trying to gain that traction, listen, part of the issue is that name ID. So some of these candidates need to use their time to define themselves, to introduce themselves to the voters. These debates will offer them the first chance, really, in a widespread way with a large audience to make that introduction to the American people before you can start talking about why Donald Trump's terrible, which if you're tuning into Democratic debate, you probably already agree with that. You need to define why you're the person that should be the nominee. What makes you special? What makes you interesting? Why should anyone give you traction? Why should someone choose you over one of the more established people like a Joe Biden or Elizabeth Warren or Bernie Sanders? So depending on where you are right now in the polls is going to depend on what your strategy is in the debates.